Well, Alan, terrific win tonight. Congratulations. What pleased you most about that victory?
Everything, everything about it. You know, we've been on a decent run, and I've said to the players that just want consistency in not just performance but in character as well. And I think they delivered it again tonight.
Your strikers in particular your attacking players I should say, looked ruthless this evening. Christian Dennis, a case in point. I think that's 6 goals in 5 games for him now.
Yeah, I thought we played with him for the first half, and at half time I said to him, you can either win this game 3-0 or get beat 2-1. You know, it's one of them sort of games we've all been in it. And I said, I want you to, you've had the proverbials in your hand, go and squeeze them, and finish the game off. And then I think it was 11 and a half minutes into the game and we've got another 2 goals, so they've done really well. You know what the run they've been on, and I think that's 5 wins and 2 draws and 1 defeat in 8, and I don't do the stats.
Well, at home it's 13 points out of 15, which is really encouraging. But if there is a sour note tonight, I guess it'll be the second red card of the season for Jordan Fagbola. What was your view of that he's been sent off for that?
Well, my view is that I don't know anything about the rules anymore, because if he could have got out of the way of that, it was a ferocious shot. He's 10 yards away and hit his hand, and that's a sending off. I thought the referee had a really good game tonight, but I think the interpretation of the rules now, what is handball, what is penalty, what's the sending off now? Does anybody know? I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
In terms of the suspension, normally for a handball it would just be 1 game, but with the other red card, does that mean that there might be a totting up procedure? Are we aware of that? I'm asking the wrong man, aren't I?
Yeah, you're asking me all things I don't know tonight. I don't know. The rules baffle me. They actually baffle me. He's allowed to stay in selection for 2 games and then gets a ban. What's all that about? I don't understand it, seriously.
Well, one thing you do know about is your players, and you signed a new one for tonight's game. Christian Dibble came in, didn't have a great deal to do, but sometimes as a goalkeeper that can be tough on you.
Yeah, he came in, he was efficient, wasn't he? Whatever he had to do, and it must be awful coming in that position in particular and making your debut. It's not the best position to stay in. You drop a brick, and it's a problem. But he came in, did really well. I was pleased for him.
You're turning into the entertainers really here at Edgley Park. There's some free-flowing football and lots of goals going in now, and the fans are appreciating the efforts as well, aren't they?
Well, we've said for a few months that we wanted to get the necessary changes put in the playing side, bring players in that are young and hungry and competitive, and we want to play simple football that's effective, and we want to show the fans here that when they put their money through the turnstile, they get value for it, and that's the top and bottom of it. And we're collecting a few points out of it now. I think that takes us up to 13. So keep saying the last few games we're heading in the right direction, and I hope I can say that again on Saturday.
Looked at the substitutes with interest tonight. You can see them all chomping at the bit to get on and get involved, and when they get their chance they take it, don't they? Bobby Lofthouse, terrific on that left-hand side, and Rhys Oates, an impressive debut as well. Really unlucky not to score when he was presented with a chance from their goalkeeper. Yeah, well,
Bobby came on and put a couple of excellent deliveries, and it's the measure of the player and the character. You're out in the cold in terms of not starting line up, and then you come on and you make an impact. And Rhys had a big impact until he got that crack, and then that knocked the what's it out of him for 10 or 15 minutes, and but I know what he can do as well. So yeah, good substitutions. But the lads we have on the bench today, they fit in terms of what I want. Otherwise, they won't be on the bench. And I said after the game in Boston, it's not just about the starting 11. It's about the dressing room, and we've got a really good set of lads. They don't lie down now, and I think the fans are starting to appreciate, and hopefully we can move on and get a better team for the club.
Adriano's come off there to a standing ovation, by the way, but he's come off with a bit of a knock. Is he okay?
I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to check up with Roger on the state of the injuries. We've got a couple of heavy clouts today, a few players, so we'll have to just reassess that over the next 24 hours and see who's available for train on Thursday, and then for the game on Saturday against Staley Bridge.
I think just watching Adriano, he's the sort of player at the minute that typifies the new mood, that new spirit that you managed to engender. He's not always been in the team, he's not always been an automatic choice, but he's taken his chance in the last couple of games.
He has taken his chance. I think he was surprised to be selected for the Boston game, but he did himself justice, probably more than justice. And today, you know, when he runs and he gets at people, he's a threat. And if he does it in the right areas of the pitch, is a big plus for us. And the last two games he's given a very good account of himself. So fair play to lad. We've had our differences, there's no doubt about that, and it's been aired a lot. But it's all about 8 out of 10s for me. You get 8 out of 10, you keep your shirt. Simple as that.
You've got a game coming up now at home to Staley Bridge, another side struggling at the moment. Keith Briggs was here watching the game. I'm sure you've seen him before kick-off today. I suppose it's a case of managing expectation now, isn't it? When you've only lost 1 out of 8, you've battered somebody 4-1 at home, and you've got another game to come against a side that's down there. People expect you to do the same again week in, week out, don't they?
I just expect a difficult game every game we play. You know, if you come into this league, into any game in this league with your guard down, you're going to get a thumping. So it's about how we train, how we manage the players, how we prepare the players, and then once they go out over the white line, you know, we put our trust in them. And as I say, I definitely have got trust and faith in the players in that dressing room, and hopefully we can deliver something similar on Saturday.
Just a final one, can I just ask a little bit maybe about, I know your footballing philosophy is to get the ball down and play. Wasn't easy tonight at times with that strong wind, but you stick to your principles.
Yeah, we have to, because if I start being flimsy about do this one week and do that the next week, you know, people read into you, and you know, I just want a set of 4 or 5 basic principles before we go out. Make sure we get them nailed down, and I think if we do nail them down, we're in with a chance of going anywhere and playing against anyone and getting some sort of result. And I think there's a confidence in the dressing room now, and I think it's a big thing in football. You know, anybody that's been in it long enough knows that confidence is a massive part of it, and the lads are confident, and they're hungry. And I keep talking about Kidderminster, you know, how they started, and we had a similar start.
That's right.
And we're starting to climb, and I'd rather be, you know, the horse 3 or 4 back, and then stick my big nose in at the end.
Well, listen, Big Nose, well done tonight.
Thank you. Cheers.